Everyone's talking about money and making more money, and I want to be rich and buy all these things, and I want a Ferrari and I want a nice Patek Philippe. You're looking for the wrong things. You're clearly misguided, and you're clearly a sheep of modern society. See, the big brands want you thinking like this because they want you saving your money and buying a Rolex. They want you saving your money and buying a McLaren and a Ferrari to look good. Of course they want that. That's how they sell their products. They sell their products based on your insecurities. Literally, that's how it works. Big brands use good-looking people and wealthy people to sell to insecure people to make them think that they need to acquire those goods and services in order to be as cool as that person that's actually got it. Bullshit way of living. Absolute bullshit way of living. Reason why I can tell you that is because when I made the money, I acquired all of those things and thought to myself, yeah, I must be the man now. Wait, I got it all figured out. Got a sweet car, traveling the world. Man, I'm the guy, bro. Like, yeah, beat this. Check out my new Rolex. Yeah, you can't even get this one right now. That's right. This is a rare Rolex. Who cares? Who fucking cares about the rare Rolex? This is what you actually need. Behind me here is Cala Beneres. I think I might have pronounced it correctly. In Ibiza. I've come back to Ibiza, actually, just because I absolutely love it. It's great. I've got a bunch of friends here. There's beaches like this with the turquoise waters that I just took a swim in. I slightly hiked up this mountain this morning, and now I wanted to do this video in this absolutely beautiful place. So you don't need more money. What you need is more beautiful, wholesome experiences. Now, I emphasize the word wholesome because if you think that going out and getting tables at clubs and filling it up with gold-digging girls who are just with you for the money and to drink your Dom Perignon, and I see this all the time, it is hilarious. You know, I should almost be a consultant to super wealthy people who think that buying bottles and putting girls on yachts is going to find them love. Now, it might get them laid because the girl thinks, do you know what, if I give it out to this guy, I'm going to keep having these experiences, right? So, yeah, cool, I'll spread my legs, boom, and I'm on a yacht again tomorrow, and then I'm having fancy dinners. That money that you spend will not buy you love. I can 100% guarantee that. Okay, we can do another video on what actually buys you love. Okay, it's to do with energy, vibe, attraction, personality, purpose, right? Flirtation, seduction. That's a whole different kettle of fish altogether. So many of you sitting there thinking, and when I do consultancy calls with you guys, most of the guys that have done consultancy calls are pretty wealthy guys with businesses making millions. So that's super impressive. I've somehow come across a market on YouTube of wealthy men who are generally unsatisfied with life and not too sure which direction to take. And I guess the reason why they found me is because, hey ho, I was one of those people that made it young and have been trying to find myself ever since, but more recently have created a level of purpose which has just made me feel so much more enriched and wholesome. Like making this content, guys, I love doing this. I really love doing this and I love connecting with you. And so just be careful not to fall in the money trap and think, hey, I need more money. I need to just 10x my business. No. You need to 10x your wholesome experiences. You need to 10x your relationships. You need to 10x the strength of your relationships. You need to 10x your bonds. You need to 10x your connection with your family. That's the stuff you need to 10x. Because when you 10x that, you suddenly create this level of purpose, which is undeniably beautiful for your soul and powerful. Okay? That's what you should be doing. You should be enriching your life at every level. I have this important tool called the 8 Pillars of Purpose. Okay, it's called the Wheel of Life, and it was Tony Robbins that actually originated it. I'm a massive fan of Tony Robbins, and this here is a massive piece of advice for you guys. Look up the Wheel of Life. Okay, there's 8 different aspects on the Wheel of Life, and the idea is that it covers all of the aspects of man. Okay, it's like health, business, career, lifestyle, family, spirituality, social, romance, relationships. I believe I've reeled them off there because I know them off by heart because my wallpaper on my phone is, I call it the 8 Pillars of Purpose. Okay, it's what gives me the purpose. And finance and money is only one of them. So once you've ticked that off, guess what? You've got 7 others that you need to tick off. And so it's vitally important that you realize that there's so many aspects of this beautiful life that you need to manage. And it isn't just the money. Sure, the money helps obtain those wonderful experiences. Yes, I totally agree with that. You don't want to be broke, because otherwise you can't be here on one of those yachts, or you can't be swimming in this turquoise water because you're at work, or you're just too busy trying to make more money. So, you've got to build the wholesome relationships. That's what I've learned from this journey. Building a purpose, building relationships, managing the other aspects of the wheel of life. Go have a look at the wheel of life after this video. Judge yourself on those aspects. Give yourself a mark out of 10 for each one. I do this every single quarter. Every single quarter, I look at the wheel of life, 0 out of 10 on each one, to figure out where I am in life on each one. So for example, lifestyle right now is 10 out of 10, family 10 out of 10, because I spend a lot of time with family and I look after them. Romance and relationships, probably more like a 7. I don't have one particular person that I love and want to marry, and I haven't built a family. So I guess I've got romance in my life, but I haven't got romance with one particular person, so I wouldn't put that at 10. So that's how you sort of assess it. And I could do a video on the ranges and what you should pick, but that's pretty subjective to you. I can't pick a number for you. You're going to have to pick a number based on your own indication of what you think a 10 out of 10 is, right? Because if for you a 10 out of 10 on money is 100 million, and for me a 10 out of 10 on money is 10 million, you can see how our numbers are going to be very varied. So you want to have a sense of perspective on that, and that's entirely subjective to you. So go check out the Wheel of Life. I call it the 8 Pillars of Purpose. You want to balance all of these beautiful things, and you'll realize how important family, lifestyle, brotherhood, friendship, fulfillment, spirituality. You'll realize how important that is to you living a good quality of life. Stop getting trapped by watching people who have money, who are driving these cars, who are making good content online, and thinking, oh, that's the life I want to live. Oh, I need to buy a Bugatti like Andrew Tate so I'm treated with respect and people love me. Guys, that's not necessarily a good life. Look at people like him. He's got court cases up his arse. After Romania, the UK wants him, throwing charges left, right, and centre. You don't want that sort of attention. You want a good quality of life, and it needs to be well-rounded with beautiful people, with beautiful experiences, just like this one right here, in this absolutely incredible place in Ibiza. Peace out for now.